A year ago, I never thought I would be making this video. Hi, I'm Caleb, and today I'm going to be talking a bit about my top surgery consultation experience at NYU with Dr. Bluebond-Langner, and a bit about the process in general for me that has been getting top surgery. So if you're watching this, you probably already know what top surgery is. You might be looking at surgeons, you might be looking for some more information about this specific surgeon. I know personally that I was obsessively looking all over the internet for people's experiences getting top surgery with this doctor. So I thought I would make this video just in case somebody else out there is looking for some more information about her. So let's just get right into it. I first heard of Dr. Bluebond-Langner when Celloman got his top surgery with her. His results are absolutely amazing, and since he lives in New York City and I live in New Jersey, I was kind of like, Naturally, I was wondering more about her because she's not that far from me. I did not actually think this surgeon would be an option for me for a multitude of reasons. I doubted she would take my insurance because a lot of the most well-known doctors in the United States don't take insurance, like Dr. Garamone or Kathy Roomer. I also figured I needed to be on T because a lot of surgeons either recommend or require you to be like 6 months or a year on T in order for you to get surgery. And some insurance companies also won't cover it if you haven't been on T for a while. And I knew the wait list for a consultation would be long and that the wait list for surgery would be longer. I didn't know if I would be able to make it to 2020, honestly. But it was nice to dream about having top surgery with one of the best surgeons in the country. I also want to say that this was a time where my parents were really struggling with my desire to transition and that there wasn't really much extensive or realistic talk about me having surgery yet. They knew I wanted it, but it was just too early and I didn't want to push it or anything. I did have the confidence that over time things would get better, and they definitely have, and I am very grateful for that. So as time went on and they understood that this was something that I really needed, I started looking at surgeons that were not too far from me and also would take my insurance. My roommate at the time had just had surgery with a local breast cancer surgeon, so I did end up going there and having a consultation. This was in November, and the doctor said that she would not perform the surgery until I was at least 1 year on T. I wasn't on T yet, and I remember as that doctor left, I just started bawling my eyes out. I was just like, fuck, there's no surgeon that's gonna operate until I'm at least a year on T. And a year feels like a long ass time when you're waking up every day to a flesh coffin, and it's just very painful emotionally and physically. My dysphoria was getting worse and worse, and I did not know how I was gonna wait that long. But I know that there are people out there that may not be able to get surgery for 5 or 10 years or even at all, so I know I'm very privileged. Anyway, I went on to find another local surgeon that my therapist at the time said had prior top surgery experience. His name is Dr. Jeremy Sinkin, and he is at Robert Wood Johnson in New Brunswick. That's only like 20 minutes from my house, so I was like, bet. Let me try to get in with him. I did not really know anything about him. I couldn't find any result pictures online, so I just thought I would go and see and hope for the best. And I knew that these were people that are not typical top surgeons, so their wait lists aren't nearly as long as, typical top surgeons. I only had to wait about a month for a consult. This was in November, and I had just started T. So I don't really know what compelled me to do this next thing, but one day, yet again, I found myself online looking at her website or just result pictures of Dr. Bluebond-Langner, and I was just like, fuck it, I'm going to request a consultation. I honestly don't think I would have done this if I actually had to make a phone call. I didn't have to call, I hate phone calls. I was just able to request it online. I had no idea how I would get there, what the point was, but something in me was just like, fuck it, why not? So they ended up calling me about a week later. They said that they could give me a consultation in March, which at the time was 4 months away. Like I said, I'm very bad with phone calls, so I was just like, okay. And afterwards, I was like, fuck, what did I get myself into? Again, I had no idea how I would get there, if it would be covered by my insurance, how long the wait list would be for the actual surgery, what the fuck I was doing. But I put the appointment on my calendar. Okay. I put the appointment on my calendar and I was like, alright, I guess I will see. I did end up going to that consult with Jeremy Sinkin at Robert Wood Johnson. I figured I would probably just end up having surgery with him. It was closer, he would probably take my insurance, all of that. So he was super nice, super great, super thorough. He had said that I would have to have been on T for a while, at least like 6-8 months. And at this point I had kind of accepted that. I figured this was how it was going to be with any surgeon I met with. So I was like, all right. I scheduled another appointment with him for 3 months later to see how I would be progressing on testosterone because I had just started. Long story short, I would have been able to get surgery with him in the summer. I'm mentioning all this because if somebody out there is watching and is in my area, I do recommend this doctor. He was really great. And he probably maybe takes your insurance, and he might not be too far if you live in New Jersey, and this is just like if you're not able to have surgery with Dr. Bluebond or, you know, whatever. And I know that it is really hard to find local surgeons that have knowledge about top surgery. Also, Dr. Sinkin said he's working on building a team for phalloplasty, which I thought was very interesting. Because that's a very intricate and complicated procedure. So March came around and I was like, fuck. I really have a consultation at NYU with the surgeon. And I ended up reaching out to my insurance and they actually said they would cover it. I was like, fuck. But I knew her wait list was super long. I heard that she was booked already through 2019. But I also knew how fantastic her results are and how she has a really good bedside manner and how everyone who sees her says that they could not recommend her more. So I was starting to think that maybe this would be worth the wait, that this is unfortunately is the body that I'm going to have to live in for the rest of my life. So I don't want to make a decision that I'm going to regret. And if I have the opportunity to have surgery with her and it's covered by my insurance, and I have to wait an extra year, it might be worth it, as opposed to having surgery with somebody more local who I had not really seen many results from. Also, I had recently met my friend Alex, who had just had surgery with her, and his results were also fantastic, and he had an amazing experience. They sent me a lot of papers in the mail that I had to fill out, and I went to the consult in March. I took a train, my mom came with me, and maybe I'm just a very nostalgic person, but I was like, wow, this is really happening. I'm gonna meet with one of the best surgeons in the country, and my mom is here supporting me. And like everyone says, it was a very great experience. The whole place is very LGBT friendly. They ask for your preferred name, pronouns. They're also very high tech. I don't know, I had to scan my hand to sign in. So yeah, everyone was super nice and respectful. Dr. Bluebond was awesome. She did end up having to do measurements, which obviously isn't fun, but she made sure that it was like super quick. She told me I would be a good candidate for double incision, which I like already knew I was gonna have to have. And then I needed to ask the dreaded question of how long the wait would be. I was like, Queen, I know you're famous, just fucking tell me. And what I heard was shocking, to say the least. I told her that I go to school in South Jersey, which is like a 4-hour drive from NYU. So she goes, well, we would like to work around your school schedule, so the summer? Hello? Am I being punked? Is that show still on? She was serious, and I was like, okay, what the fuck did I do to deserve this? Like I said, I had heard that she was already booked all the way through 2019. She was like, yeah, we just need your mental health letter, and then you can call and schedule your date. My psychiatrist hadn't faxed it yet, so I was just like, yes, Mom, I will get it to you ASAP, anything you say. So I left there happier than I had been in a really long time. All of this started with me just compulsively requesting a consultation with no real expectations. Really, it was like I was living in a dream. So I got my mental health letter, and after playing phone tag for a while, the scheduler called me. I was gonna be home for winter break from mid-May to the end of August, and for most of that, I work at a summer camp where I do a lot of really labor-intensive shit, and I knew that recovery was gonna take more than a few weeks, and I was gonna have to take it really slow. Obviously, I wanted it as soon as possible, but I was trying to be smart, you know, like, not stretch my scars and stuff. I really hoped that they could schedule me around, like, the beginning, middle of August, even though I knew it would still be kind of complicated. So, this is kind of funny. It really was not funny at the time. The scheduler calls me up, and she's like, hey, we have a date for you, June 25th of 2020. I had no idea what to say. The surgeon told me I could have surgery this year, and honestly, I'm very bad at asserting myself, so I'm just kind of like, And then she goes, haha, you're not even gonna fight me on it? I go like, I mean, I don't really know what my options are. And she's like, I'm just kidding, it's this year. I really was mad for half a second because like, this shit isn't a game, I am suffering. But it wasn't a big deal, I can laugh about it now. I did let her know that I really couldn't do June and asked if there were openings for some time later in the summer. I think it was a week or two from then that they called me with my actual date, and it is. I was trying to like drum roll, and then I realized I have literal neighbors. August 12th, and I am still like shocked. But it's real. I don't know how I got so lucky and how this was even possible, to be honest. But it's happening, and it's happening in less than 3 months, and I'm sweating just talking about it. I do have worries, to be honest, really just about recovery. It's possible that I'm going to have to move back into school with drains in, and I'm gonna be wearing my post-op binder for a while. And I know that because of all my post-op appointments, I will probably be missing classes. I already know that I will be missing the first day of classes, and I also work and have an internship, so I don't know. I am also sweating about that. But yeah, I'm just gonna take it as I go. I know it'll be okay in the end, and I'm excited. It doesn't make sense to me. I don't know if it will ever make sense, but yeah, I am very, very thankful just to have this opportunity and also have my parents' support. I'm just soft. I had an education appointment last week with another staff member named Nathan, and he was super cool. Just some information about drains and recovery, and he answered any questions I had. I'll have to have blood work done within a month prior to having surgery, just to make sure that everything's all right. I'll have my pre-op appointment on August 1st, and I will be having surgery on the 12th. He said it will be 2.5 hours, and I'll stay there overnight. I'll have the drains in for 2 weeks maximum. They said it's possible I'll have them out before then, but I don't really know. But I feel very, very, very good about it all, and I am very happy. I hope this video maybe helped somebody who is looking to have surgery with her, and I know that I am very lucky to have gotten such an early date and that everyone else might not be that lucky. But I do think that even if I was given a date further down the line, I still would have taken it, because her and her team really could not have been better. A consultation won't hurt, and it could lead to some surprising outcomes. Thank you for watching. If you are on your top surgery journey, I wish you lots of luck. Stay hopeful, stay positive, stay safe in the meantime, and